Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are making homemade egg noodles with our abundance of eggs we have here. So you do not have to have a stand mixer, but it does make life so much easier if you do. And I have found that for every 1 cup of flour, if you add 2 eggs, it makes a pretty perfect dough without having to add too much extra. So I'm actually gonna start off by adding 4 cups of flour to my mixer here. 2, 3, and 4. And then we are gonna crack 8 eggs and add to this. And 8. All right, now I'm just going to attach my dough hook. We're gonna let that mix. While it's mixing, you can scrape down the sides just to incorporate all the flour. We're going for a soft dough that's not too sticky. All right. I didn't have to add any extra water and I didn't have to add any extra flour, but it is still pretty sticky. So we're gonna flour our surface here. We're gonna let this sit and let the gluten relax for a few minutes, and I am gonna hook up our noodle cutter. And it's just a simple attachment for my KitchenAid that we found on Amazon. Okay, now the next step is that I just divide the dough into smaller pieces because this is pretty small. Not a lot fits through. And then I roll it out just a little bit, enough to where it will go through. This little gadget here has a spot for 2 different size noodles, but then it also has a sheet roller where I can roll these out super thin. And that's what I'm gonna put it through first. Just make sure it's thoroughly floured. You don't want it to stick. Push that through, and then I'm gonna add some more flour to that. And adjust it down smaller. We're gonna go down to a 4 now. All right, now you can see how thin that is. I like my noodles a little bit thicker. I don't like them too thin, so we're gonna leave it just like this. I'm gonna add some extra flour to it. All right, and then we're gonna choose our noodle size. You can choose 2 millimeters or 6 millimeters on this gadget here, and I'm going to choose 6. We're gonna turn the mixer back on and then just put it through this front part. All right, and then you can see the noodles we get from that there. Beautiful. We're gonna just keep going. Make as many as we can out of this dough, then we'll make some more and just keep going until we've used up most of these eggs here. Okay, once your noodles are all cut, you can use them immediately or you can dry them out for long-term storage. But look at how nice these look. They puff up a little bit when you cook them, and they are absolutely delicious. Got these freshly made just a few minutes ago, and I'm just going to pile them onto our trays here and get them put in the freeze dryer. Normally when I do noodles, I just lay them out for a couple days to dry or use a dehydrator. I have yet to freeze dry, so I have no idea how these are gonna turn out. All right, now that our trays are filled, we can go ahead and put them in our freeze dryer.
All right guys, on today's project, we're gonna be picking some apricots. The bad news is it's still kind of windy. You can see it was super windy last night and we lost our biggest branch on this apricot tree, and it is absolutely full of apricots. And also, I don't know how this is gonna affect the tree in the long run. I don't know what I'm sure there needs to be something.
Anybody that knows anything about fruit trees, what do we do now?
There's got to be something that we have to do with the branch there, because I'm gonna have to come out here with the chainsaw after. I don't want it to die, and we don't want to lose the tree because it's a fairly young tree. We even had our props in here. You can see because it was so windy that the props just kind of fell right off. But yeah, that sucks. So today we're gonna get all these picked and then try and figure out what we're gonna be able to do with this tree.
Cal staring you down.
Yeah, he could see that the tree fell, and he was like, man, I am literally 3 feet away from that tree and my favorite fruit.
You can have one.
Also, one of the viewers was saying in the comments that you can actually, the seeds of those are actually edible once you dry them out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, here, Betty. You gotta be fast, honey. Cal, you have to share it, bro. Grab it, grab it, grab it. Good girl.
Also, I got stung by a wasp. I don't know if you guys can see it on my elbow. Driving down here. Well, we got just about everything we can reach. Now we got the stuff way up there, so I'm gonna have to pull the tractor up and get those ones. How's it looking over there, Beth?
There's a lot still.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch on the floor. I'm sure I'm gonna give those ones.
So far, what do we got? Half a box there, full box there, half a box there, full box there. So we're up to like 2 or 3 boxes. Pretty good.
In my future.
There's lots of jam in Elizabeth's future. Look at all these apricots, you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 boxes from one tree. Now, they're not all very large and they're not all 100% ripe, but we're gonna bring them in the house, put them at room temperature, and I think we could probably ripen them up pretty good. Yeah, well, Elizabeth's
I see a lot of jam in my future. Our noodles are done. And you guys, I think this is my new favorite way to dry out noodles because it really didn't take very long at all and they are completely dried out. They were actually done last night. I just couldn't get to them then. I'm gonna store these in a half-gallon mason jar at this point because right now I'm out of Mylar bags. But luckily Amazon has 2-day delivery, so. All right, I got almost 2 half-gallon jars full of noodles here, and this was just 4 cups of flour and 8 eggs.